September 2024 is here, and it is going to be a busy month for you, and it's going to be a busy month for all of us. People around you will be going through some changes as well, and it would seem that they're acting odd. Wouldn't be surprised because we're in eclipse season. Welcome, I'm your Cosmic Girl 101, and if deep analytical astrological information about your rising sign being in Cancer is not your thing, I appreciate that, and this video may not be for you. But if it is, your Cosmic Girl 101 has you covered. Cancer rising, your ruling planet is the moon. You are a cardinal water yin rising sign. Now on to the slower moving planetary transits first. On the 1st of September, Pluto's retrograding back from Aquarius into Capricorn, and this is your 7th house. It goes direct on October 11. Uranus is now beginning its retrograde in Taurus, your 11th house, and goes direct on January 30, 2025. And the other solar planetary transits that are continuing in the month of September are Neptune retrograde in Pisces, your 9th house. It goes direct December 7. Jupiter's continuing its transit in the sign of Gemini in direct motion, your 12th house, and this is Jupiter's detriment sign. Jupiter actually goes retrograde next month in October. And Saturn continues its retrograde in Pisces, your 9th house, and goes direct on November 15. Now let's talk about the ruler of your chart, the moon, the lunations for the month of September. On the 2nd, there's a new moon in Virgo, and this is your 3rd house. The 3rd house sextiles your 1st house, so it's an easier aspect astrologically. Your 1st house, which represents you, your body, how people see you. It's your image, it's the self. Sextiling your 3rd house of siblings, cousins, short distance travel, education, teaching, writing, technological gadgets, technology, vehicles, things that are habitual to you. It's like your local environment. It's very familiar to you, the 3rd house topics where you frequent day to day. These are those topics. So you've got a new beginning here. Someone in your environment or a neighbor, for example, is going through a new beginning, getting new neighbors, your siblings having an announcement of a pregnancy, for example. So there's new beginnings going on around you that are sextiling your 1st house. So easier for you to adapt to or be on board with. It's going to be a lot more organic for you as a Cancer rising, whatever this new beginning is for you on the 2nd of September. This heralds in, if you will, the beginning of eclipse season from this day moving forward. On the 17th, there's a partial full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. I've done a separate video, about this eclipse that's coming up on the 17th of September 2024. It's already been uploaded on the Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel. It's all about that day alone. If you want to go ahead and listen to that video, I welcome it. So on the 17th, you've got that full moon, partial lunar eclipse in your 9th house. Now, the moon that rules your body, so you, yourself, something quite important is happening on this day. That 1st house trines your 9th house. So you may be seen as someone more visual in media or publishing. There could be a lot of activity going on with those subjects in your life. You may be ready to receive some sort of recognition publicly because of media or publishing, anything to do with academia, education, higher education. This house has a lot to do with many things, but If your spiritual practices or your philosophies on life are changing, or you think you're feeling there's a change in the air, something really personal, internal with you, connected to your spiritual path, anything esoteric, this could be highlighted on this day as well. And also, this house covers international and foreign connections and subjects. This could be you wanting to internationally travel or get involved with different cultures, for example. This is what's highlighted on this day, but it's a flowing trine from the 9th to the 1st. So you may definitely be getting some public recognition, or you're ready to announce something publicly about expansion and growth, be it physical or mental. Something nice is landing, if you will, on the 17th of September for you as a Cancer rising. Now on to the other luminary, the Sun. The Sun opening up the month is continuing its transit in Virgo, your third house. And on the Sun this month, when I was preparing the reports for all the rising signs, the Sun, which is life-giving, optimistic, abundant in energy, very illuminating. It's connected to joy, fun. It's a constant. The Sun is having a lot of difficult aspects this month. So let's get into what this could mean for you as a Cancer rising. On the 8th of September, the Sun, which is transiting in your third house, which we've been talking about, is opposing retrograde Saturn in the sign of Pisces, your ninth house. Now, a Sun-Saturn standoff is never pleasurable. I'll be transparent. So what could be going on here is something in your local environment, teaching, writing, siblings, cousins, technology, vehicles are opposed to retrograde Saturn in your ninth house of legalities, international foreign connections and travel, education, media, publishing, philosophical and spiritual aspects of the self. That Sun is very opposed to something old or something chronic is being drawn to the surface, if you will, that may not be pleasant for you, or things going on in that third house topics could be difficult to, shall we say, deal with on this day. I don't particularly look forward to the 8th of September myself, but for you, this is something very long term, chronic. It almost seems like it was from a long, long time ago, a very big issue or aspect or subject from a very long time ago resurfaces itself, and that Sun in the third is very strong, standing its ground in the third house. So if something's going on around you in your local environment with sibling, cousin, education, etc., those third house topics, if they're going through a hard time, they may need your support, or you may hear some disappointing news on the 8th. On the 12th of September, the Sun then squares off with Jupiter in Gemini, your 12th house. So your third house and your 12th house now in a square, and it's Jupiter. Now, Jupiter in and of itself, this planet's very life-giving, optimistic. It's all about uniting and learning and expanding and creating chaos and order out of chaos. So when you've got these two, shall we say, optimistic planets that are quite powerful in their own right, squaring off with one another from your 12th house to your third house, this too can represent something very distant, or something that seems old, or possibly something that's been concealed, not public, is revealed on this day. It could be another difficult day to navigate, especially anything to do, again, with reading, writing, teaching, siblings, cousins, short distance travel. This just looks very difficult to navigate on the 12th as well this day, when we're looking at the planets and the aspects that they're making. A Sun-Jupiter square. Ugh, I mean, they're optimistic, but these guys are really pack a punch in their own right. So, yes, look out for the 12th of September. And I'm not a gaslighting astrologer, but to me, this sun this month is just really not happy. And we're all going to go through it, trust me, Cancer rising. But these are the houses where things of these natures with these difficult aspects are occurring for you. On the 20th, the sun then opposes retrograde Neptune in Pisces, the ninth house. So what's the sun opposed to here? Um, Something very romanticized, or what we thought was visionary and on point for the future, connected to those ninth house topics that we've been talking about. The sun in the third place is going no. So it's something in your local environment, again, teaching, writing, siblings, cousins, all that stuff again, is opposed to over exaggeration, spreading too thin, not having all the details about those ninth house subjects, legalities, international and foreign affairs. This is something that's difficult to navigate on the 20th as well, that you may be part of. On the 22nd, we then see the beginning of the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere, which is Ostara, and the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere, which is Mabon. The same, so we have a change of season. We all feel it on planet Earth. We know there's a season change. We can see it physically in our environments. We can feel it, but there's a season change occurring. And this is why I said at the beginning of the video, you'll be seeing lots of changes going on with you and people around you. We're having a season change as well as eclipses. Yay, fun. On the same day, on the 22nd, we have the sun then ingressing into the sign of Libra. It's a full zodiac sign, so the sun again is not happy because it's going into a sign it doesn't particularly like. And this is your fourth house up until October 22nd. So for 4 weeks from the 22nd of September till the 22nd of October, the sun is going to be transiting in that fourth house, illuminating, lighting up, if you will. If big guns are coming out, if you like, in the fourth house of home, family, real estate, property concerns, parents, parenting, anything to do with your sense of self, creating a serene, very calm dwelling or environment to rest in is highlighted. So there could be more activity in the home, renovations in the home, changes going on in the home. Expect an amplification of the home, the family unit, anything to do with the property itself or real estate is going to be on your mind during that transit for 4 weeks. And the sun, traditionally through ancient Hellenistic astrological teachings, being in fall in Libra. Why is the sun in fall in Libra? Because Saturn is exalted in Libra and Saturn's transiting in that ninth house. So this is where the ninth house and the fourth house topics can be intimately intertwined. Fourth house of what we just discussed and the ninth house of what we just discussed as well. So the sun's not happy in Libra, possibly because of Saturn retrograde with all those topics of the ninth house. Legalities, international and foreign affairs, media publishing, education, spiritual and philosophical outlooks on life. This is the subjects that can be drawn down into the fourth house when we have the sun and fall in Libra, your fourth house. Yay, fun for the sun, huh? Not really. And then on the 30th of September, the sun conjuncts Mercury in your fourth house. This is information, communication, written or verbal. It's a changing of mind. The Mercury is very cerebral, or you could be on the move or ready to make some serious decisions about traveling, relocating, purchasing. Mercury represents markets, commerce, finance. So this may very well come across your table as well, this subject, to do with home, family, real estate, property concerns, parents, parenting, renovations, etc., etc. So interesting day for you again on the 30th of September. Apologies in advance if my computer's making distracting noises through this video. I've got to get on with it. Apologies. Here we go. Now on to the personal planets. Now Mercury, markets, finance, movement, travel, intellectual, cerebral, communication, very flexible, very adaptable planet. Opening up the month of September is continuing its transit in Leo, your second house of finance. Feel free to leave any comments in the comments section below this video how you yourself, Cancer rising, have seen travel, finances, possessions, investments supported you, because that second house supports the self. How has that transit been for you in Leo, that sign that's fire, fixed, yang in character? How's that been for you? Have you had fiery interactions with your finances? Have you seen an increase in your finances, a decrease? Have you had a change up with your finances or your physical body, education? The second house is also where you can develop niche skills that supports you financially and your assets for your future self. Feel free, please, to leave any comments in the comment section below about how Mercury transiting in that second house for you being Leo. It would be fantastic to hear some lived, learned experience from my viewers out there. So Mercury continuing here. You could be burning through cash. Anything to do with reading, writing, Mercury, very intellectual, could increase your earning power as well when it's transiting in that second house. On the 9th, Mercury then leaves your second house and ingresses into Virgo, its exaltation and domicile sign, up until the 26th of September. It's a very quick transit. Mercury in your third house, which we've been discussing, short distance travel, your local environment, things that are habitual, siblings, cousins, vehicles, education, teaching, reading, writing, technology, technological gadgets. These subjects are now on high octane, if you will, because Mercury is back in its exaltation and domicile sign and loves being in nitpicky, critical, over analytical Virgo, which Virgo likes to purify, make clean, make just so. So this is where you really could be recalibrating, readjusting, getting things just so and in flow with those third house topics. When you've got Mercury in a very strong position, your third house sextiling your first house, which is an easy aspect of benefiting you. On the 18th, we see Mercury then oppose retrograde Saturn in Pisces, your ninth house. So Mercury is standing across the way from your third house, looking across the way, opposed to retrograde Saturn. Slow delays in litigation or anything to do with legal aspects, international and foreign concerns, affairs and travel, higher education, universities, anything to do with places that you develop niche skills, spirituality, philosophical aspects of the self, media, publishing. These topics are on your mind on the 18th, and Mercury is not impressed with slowness here or decisions that are taking a very long time or information or movement. So a grating day on the 18th. Not too different from the 25th, when Mercury then opposes retrograde Neptune. Well, Mercury quite simply is standing off because it's looking over at retrograde Neptune going, what is the bloody details? What's the facts? I don't want illusion. I don't need embellishment. I want to know the facts. Another frustrating day on the 25th of September. Then on the 26th, Mercury ingresses into Libra, your fourth house, until October 13. Mercury ingressing into that fourth house where Venus has been transiting. Mercury now comes in and says, let's talk about the details. Let's talk about what we can do. Let's move. Let's change. Let's look at our money. What have we got? What haven't we got? Can we afford this? Can we afford that? All these subjects are up for discussion in regards to real estate, property, parents, parenting, ancestry, your sense of peace and mind, things that cushion you and support you in that fourth house. Can you afford the renovation? Can you afford the holiday? Can we afford to send the kids to high school? All these sorts of subjects could be up in the air, or at least now, Mercury transiting here after Libra, you're getting the facts and figures straight and you're trying to establish some stability and balance again and seeing what you can do and create more fairness in the home, and especially anything to do with establishing firm boundaries with other people connected in the home environment, and potentially anything to do with real estate and property aspects. Now on to our personal planet Mars. Mars has been transiting Gemini, your 12th house, and it's about to leave your 12th house. That may be good for you, that may not be so good for you. You tell me in the comments section below how Mars has been transiting for you in that 12th house. What's your experience as a Cancer rising? On the 3rd, he squares off with retrograde Neptune in the 9th. So Mars is basically being frustrated by Neptune being wishy-washy. What's the information? What do I need to do with legalities, international foreign connections, finances, anything to do with law, media, publishing? It's just like a cranky day on the 3rd of September. Then the next day he moves on and ingresses into your first house until November 3rd. So from the 4th of September to the 3rd of November, you have Mars transiting in your first house of the physical body, your image, how people see you. It's your character, if you will. It's your appearance. So Mars is traditionally, through ancient Hellenistic teachings at least, is in full in the sign of Cancer. That's because Mars is exalted in the sign of Capricorn, which is Saturn's sign, which Saturn is retrograding in that 9th house. So you may be really stepping up to the plate and getting your feelings and emotional body all bubbled and really inflamed when Mars is transiting here. You could be seen as conflict driven, you could be cantankerous, you could also be developing more passion for what it is that you believe in. You're very on cue, you're very acute, you're very strategic about where you want your image to be steered. You may be stepping up anything physical, having physical procedures that assist your body. So you may be getting a new haircut, a new stylist. You may be really just concentrating on the physical body. Only thing that I can caution you against with Mars in that first house is being too quick to take action. So look before you leap is my astrological advice. Don't get too carried away with yourself, Cancer rising. Mars can trick you into thinking you've got the grit, the guts, and then later down the line, it turns out that something falls short or you don't have the longevity to keep something up, because Mars really isn't known for sticking around for a very, very long time. It's an acute planet. It'll be great at a sprint. It'll be shit house at a marathon. Look before you leap. Don't let your eyes get too big for your belly. All those fun metaphors. Okay, enough of that. Then on the 30th, Mars trines retrograde Saturn in Pisces. Great. Something settles down now on the 30th. Whatever the drama was, opening up the month, something settles now with all those squares and oppositions from the sun. Mars comes in now from your first house to your 9th house in a trine aspect. Something's easily recovered from international and foreign connections, media, publishing, higher academia, anything to do with legal aspects if you're involved with any at all. Your spiritual, philosophical subjects and beliefs about life. Something harmonizes on this day. Who cares? We'll take it. Mars and Saturn in a trine. Thank you very much. Things are looking a lot better on the 30th of September. Now on to our personal planet Venus. How you going there, Cancer Rising? There's a lot to digest in this video, yeah? Yeah, I get it. I appreciate how long the video is, but there is a lot going on this month. I've done all the work for you. You just sit back and take some notes, save the video and reference back during the month as needed and at your own free will. Okay, our personal planet Venus. Now, Venus is much more than love and partnerships and relationships. That is very broad stroke, a very, very small description of Venus in of itself, this planet, which is very life-giving. It's about unifying, connecting. Venus is the great attractor. She attracts in beneficiaries. She is attracted to beautiful things that she considers beautiful. That is very personal, depends where Venus is in your natal chart. What it is that you're attracted to. Venus will give you almost a longing for that, and you are drawn towards that. Venus is about integrating, and Mars is about separating. That's why they're the two opposites. They're the two lovers in your natal chart, if you will. But there is a like-mindedness. Venus is about passion, just like Mars is. We passionately move towards things that we love and we want. This is Venus. Opening up the month of September, Venus is continuing her transit in the sign of Libra, her domicile sign. She's very happy in the sign of Libra, and this is your fourth house. Why is Libra happy? Why is Venus happy in Libra? Why is Venus in domicile? Because Libra is about socializing. She's the connector. She's very intellectual. She's the person you see at a party that you can't get away from because you love what she's saying. She's got the gift of the gab. Venus in Libra really does enjoy being here in your fourth house. So enjoy this transit, Cancer Rising. Venus in the fourth will welcome in beautiful things in your home. Your home may be attractive. People may be attracted to your home. Family may visit more. Family may be around more. If you have your home up on the market, for example, it becomes a lot more valuable than you anticipated. Your home is appreciated. It's a place that feels better to be in for some reason when Venus is transiting here in that fourth house of your home, your sanctuary, subjects of real estate, property, parents, parenting. This is a fantastic transit when Venus is in her domicile sign of your fourth house. Just enjoy it. On the 5th of September, your ruling planet, the moon, conjuncts Venus. So this looks fantastic for you having your moment in the spotlight, if you will, connected to something going on in the home or the family unit. This could see you changing up something with your physical body that you consider beautiful. A lovely day on the 5th of September. On the 15th, Venus then trines Jupiter in your 12th house. So we have Jupiter and Venus, the two benefics, trining one another. An harmonious aspect of things are easier. So what's easier on this day for you, Cancer? Taking a step back, having a day at home just to yourself. You'll cook what you want. You'll slouch on the couch. You put Netflix on. You will play with the dog. You'll mow your lawn. You will clean out a cupboard. It just looks something very simple that is very intimate to you behind the scenes. It's all about you and you chilling out and doing things just for the self that feels in flow with your physical body. And this also may simply see you taking a break, going on a retreat or planning one. A fantastic day on the 15th of September. On the 22nd, Venus then squares retrograde Pluto, currently transiting in your 7th house. Venus and Pluto squaring off, conflict. This is not a conflict that will be new to you. What will be need to be addressed is finally getting something sorted out connected to negotiations, agreements, anything in the relationship that is affecting the home. This is the day to get on top of the drama once and for all. Get it sorted. Then on the same day, the 22nd, Venus ingresses into a detriment sign being Scorpio, because this is Mars' sign. That's why she's in detriment until October 17. Your fifth house of pleasure, of fun. This is the house of adrenaline. We go get into sports and athletics. We go to the gym. We take risk. We have sex. We get involved with dating. We enjoy romance more. We get the blood pumping. It's the house of children, creativity, the house of fame. So Venus transiting here, even though she's in a detriment, or you could detriment sign, you still got Venus in the house of joy and pleasure. And through ancient Hellenistic teachings, Venus found her joy in the fifth house. You just could be enjoying a lot more intense sex, intense skeptical gambling, or investments that really are exciting a little bit. Ooh, this is fun. That sensation. It doesn't all have to be difficult. I just could feel that you are having quite intense interactions connected to those fifth house topics. Cosmic Girl 101 signing off. Please consider liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting the bell button on this video. I do appreciate it. A lot going on. Have a fabulous month of September 2024. I'm your Cosmic Girl 101. Take it easy, Cancer Rising.